Good morning, all of you. Today I am going to discuss the topic objectives of developing exercise. So, before going to these objectives of developing exercise, once I will recall what are this exercise. Exercise are nothing but small scale industries. So, essentially, the small scale industries are generally comprised of those industries which manufacture, produce, and render services with the help of small machines and less manpower. These enterprises must fall under the guidelines set by the Government of India. The small scale industries are the lifeline of the economy, especially in developing countries like India. These industries are generally labor intensive and hence they play an important role in the creation of employment. Small scale industries are a crucial sector of the economy, both from a financial and social point of view, as they help with the per capita income and resource utilization in the economy. So let me tell some of the examples of the small scale industries. You all are familiar with this. Examples are bakeries, school stationeries, water bottles, leather belts, small toys, paper bags, photography, beauty products, like that. Many industries are there. If you observe the characteristics of users, which you have seen in the previous session, the ownership of the SSI is nothing but generally a single ownership. So it can be a sole proprietor. I will recall previous once again. See here. So it can be either be a sole proprietor or sometimes a partnership. And regarding management, generally both the management and control is with the owners. Hence, the owner is actively involved in the day-to-day activities of the business. And next one is labor intensive. It is dependence on technology is pretty limited. Hence, they tend to use the labor and manpower for their production activities. Flexibility. Regarding flexibility, these are more adaptable to their changing business environment. So, in case of amendments or unexpected developments, they are flexible enough to adapt and carry on, unlike larger industries. And then, limited reach. Small scale industries have a restricted zone of operations, hence, they can meet their local and regional demands. And regarding resources utilization, they use local and readily available resources, which helps the economy fully utilize natural resources with minimum wastage. And then coming to the role in the Indian economy. So in the Indian economy, it plays an important role regarding employment. First point is regarding employment. It plays a major source of employment for developing countries like India because of limited technology and resource availability. They tend to use labor and manpower for their production activities. And then second point is total production. These small scale enterprises account for almost 40% of the total population of goods and services in India. They are one of the main reasons for the growth and strengthening of the economy. The third point is Make in India. Exercise are the best examples for the Make in India initiative. They focus on the mission to manufacture in India and sell the products worldwide. They also helps create more demand from all over the world. Export contribution. India's exports industry majorly relies on these small scale industries for their growth and development. Nearly half of the goods that are exported from India are manufactured or produced by these industries only. And next one is public welfare. These industries have an opportunity to earn wealth and create employment. SSIs are also important for the social growth as well as development of a nation. And then today's our topic is objectives of SSIs. So let me tell what are the objectives of the small scale industries. First one is the most prominent point. It is known as to create more employment opportunities. To create more employment opportunities. And next one is so due to this we are going to help the people to involve in various activities so that they can earn the money. And next to help develop the rural and less developed regions of the economy. To reduce regional imbalances, to help the rural and less developed regions of economy. And third point is to reduce the regional imbalances, to ensure optimum utilization of unexploited resources of the country, to improve the standard of living of people, to ensure equal distribution of income and wealth, to solve the unemployment problem, and next one is to attain self-reliance. The last point is to adopt the latest technology aimed at producing better quality products at lower cost. That means here, in this case, here by uh, developing SSS, we are going to have some objectives regarding the employment opportunities. It also develop the rural areas regarding uh, where we are going to have observed less development. In that areas, by this SSS, we can able to develop that areas and also that rural area background economy can also be enhanced. And also it reduces the regional imbalances. Equally, it is going to develop all the areas commercially. And similarly, it also ensures the optimum utilization of unexploited resources of the country. Means, for example, if some resources are not going to used in order to prevent the wastage of such resources, these small scale industries can able to use the resources in a proper manner so that the output of the production can be reached towards the common people. And also it increases the standard of living of people, and also it ensures the equal distribution of income and wealth. Means it is going to offer the employment opportunities in each and every area so that the income which is coming from the SSIs can be distributed equally throughout all the regions. And also it is going to solve the unemployment problem. It is quite common. And it also attains self-reliance. Due to this, we can able to attain the self-reliance. It adopt. And one more thing is to adopt the latest technology aimed at producing. So why we are going to choose the technology? Because in order to produce the best quality products at lower rates, meanwhile which are and also which are satisfied by the consumers. Mainly that products which are coming from the SSIs have to satisfied by the consumers. Okay, once again I'm repeating this. To create more employment opportunities, to develop the rural and less developed regions of the economy, to reduce regional imbalances, to ensure optimum utilization of unexploited resources of the country, to improve the standard of living of people, to ensure equal distribution of income and wealth, to solve the unemployment region problem, to solve the unemployment problem, to attain self-reliance, to adopt the latest technology aimed at producing better quality products at lower cost. Coming to the next topic, once you look after this slide, all of you, Then next our topic is scope of exercise, scope of small scale industries. According to Lenin, scope of small scale industries in different sectors. The scope of exercise regarding service industries, trading industries, as well as manufacturing industries. And here, the scope of small industries is quite vast, covering a broad range of activities. These, characterized by labor-intensive, need less capital and require less sophisticated technology. Infrastructure, infrastructural activities like transport, communication, etc. And then coming to the next slide, the scope of small scale industries is quite vast, okay, which we are covering the whole range of activities. These characterized by labor intensive, need less capital and require less sophisticated technology. Infrastructural activities like transport, communication, etc. The scope of small scale businesses are vast and it helps in increasing employment. Small scale businesses are necessary because they provide opportunities for entrepreneurs and create meaningful jobs. It improves the growth of the country by increasing urban as well as rural growth. So, due to this small scale industries, we can able to have the development in the infrastructural activities like transport, communication. Not only this, we can able to have enhance. We can able to enhance. Uh, we can able to enhance the employment opportunities where we can able to increase the growth of the country in rural area as well as urban region. Okay. Then let me tell next topic, why we need SSI. Why we need SSI. To go through this slide. The scope of small industries is quite vast, covering a wide range of activities. So among them, I will tell some important activities. Okay, what are the different range of activities? I will tell first one is manufacturing activities, servicing or repairing activities, retailing activities, financial activities, wholesale activities, construction activities, and infrastructural activities like transport as well as communication, etc. The Government of India has announced a reservation policy for small scale industry uh, for small scale industry in the country. It is important to note that the performance of reserved small scale industries does not outshine that of non-reserved small industries. So, according to J.C. Sandesara has found that the easy entry into SSI sector has intensified competition within the sector and resulted in excess supply and thus a fall in profitability. So, in line with new economic policy, a policy document of SSI was announced on 6 August 1991. It continued, according to this, it continued priority sector lending to SSI by banks, financial institutions. Excise exemption scheme, reservation of items for exclusive production, price and purchase preference, uniform package of incentives of the entire sector. Along with it also introduces some new measures like removal of location restrictions, enhancement of coverage limits, shift towards infrastructural development support, inclusion of services in this sector, allowing equity investment in SSI, shift from protection regulation to promotion of equality, technology and efficiency, substantial deregulation and simplification of rules and procedures. So at last, the small-scale industry sector plays a vital role in the growth of the country. These industries are usually started by the lower or middle class public. They have an opportunity to earn wealth and employ other people. It helps with income distribution and contributes to social progress. And then our next topic, why we need SSI. For purpose we need the SSI. So without SSI what happens? So as we have seen the role of SSI, what is the role? That objectives, what are the objectives we are going to see in the SSI? That objectives cannot be reached by our nation. So first point, for employment generation, for balance regional growth, and for mobilization of local resources. And next one, for export promotion. For export promotion, for consumer surplus, for development of entrepreneurship, for large scale employment with low investment, for attaining self-reliance and self-dependence, for ensuring equal distribution of income and wealth. Once you go through this slide. For employment, so before going to this, we need to know what is the importance. So generally, this exercise are meant for creating employment opportunities in rural areas and also for maintaining regional balance and also for mobilizing the local resources. That means efficient use of local resources, efficient use of local resources, and for promoting exports and for development of entrepreneurship. Like that, many uh, needs are there. So why, and also it also ensures the equal distribution of economic as well as wealth for all the areas. So a large number of poor and marginalized sections of the population depend on them for their sus- sustain. These industries not only reduce poverty and income inequality, but also they raise standards of living of poor people. Furthermore, they enable people to make a living with dignity. It is very important. So, not only other than this, here the main point is For the poor people, it is going to increase the standard of living, and also these small scale industries are very important because it helps in increasing employment as well as economic development of India. It improves the growth of the country by increasing urban and rural growth. Role of small and medium scale enterprises are to help the government in increasing infrastructures and manufacturing industries, reducing issues like pollution, slums, poverty, and many development acts. Small scale manufacturing industries and cottage industries play a very important role in the economic development of India. If any amount of capital is invested in small scale industries, it will help in reducing unemployment in India and increasing self employment. The industry is a sector in which the production of goods is a segment of the economy. Let us learn some more important points of small scale industry and how SSI helps in developing the country. So here, uh, this small scale enterprise in which we are going to invest the plan, which plant and machinery range is between 25 to 5 crores. Similarly, for industries that provide services, the investment requirement is 10 lakhs to 2 crores. Okay. So, why these? Still, we are going to have some points regarding this exercise. It increases the production, increases the total exports, improves the employment rate, opens new opportunities, and advances welfare. Okay. Next, once we go through this, and next our topic is benefits of exercise. What are the advantages of small scale industries? So before going to this, once I will tell in depth. First thing is it increases the self-employment rate. No, sorry, it increases the production. Okay, it increases the production. So let me tell, India is one of the largest, sorry, world's fastest growing economies in the world. Consequently, its production output is massive. It is pertinent to note that SSIs contribute almost 40% of India's gross industrial value. These industries produce goods and services worth over 40 lakhs for every investment of 10 lakhs. Furthermore, the value addition in this output increases by over 10%. Here is another interesting statistic about SSI. The number of small-scale industries in India increased from 8 lakhs in 1980 to over 30 lakhs in 2000. This figure has grown even more in recent years, owing to the government's ease of doing businesses policies. As a result of this, the total industrial production output rose tremendously in the last few years. SSIs are therefore strongly responsible for the growth of Indian economy. The second important point is it increases the export. Apart from producing more goods and services, SSIs have been able to export them in large numbers as well. Almost half of the India's total exports these days come from small scale industries only. 35% of the total exports account for direct exports by SSIs, while indirect exports amount to 15%. Even trading houses and merchants help SSIs export their goods and services to foreign countries. SSIs improves employment rate. So it is important to note firstly that SSIs employs more people than all industries after agriculture. Almost 4 persons can get full employment if 10 lakhs are invested in fixed assets of small scale sectors. Furthermore, SSIs employ people in urban as well as rural areas. Consequently, this distributes employment patterns in all parts of the country and prevents unemployment crisis. SSI opens new opportunities. Small-scale industries offer several advantages and opportunities for investments. For example, they receive many tax benefits and rebates from the government. The opportunity to earn profit from SSI, the opportunities to earn profits from small-scale industries are big due to many reasons. Firstly, SSIs are less capital intensive. They even receive financial support and funding easily. Secondly, procuring manpower and raw materials is also relatively easier for them. Even the government export policies favor them heavily. SSI's next to last point is SSI advances welfare. Apart from providing profitable opportunities, SSIs play a large role in advancing welfare measures in the Indian economy as well. A large number of poor people and marginalized sections of population depend on them for their sustenance. These industries not only reduce poverty and income inequality, but also they raise standards of living of poor people. Furthermore, they enable people to make a living with dignity. And then our next topic, benefits of exercise. So benefits of exercise. There are various tax rebates offered to the exercise. A credit for minimum alternate tax is allowed to be carried forward for up to 15 years instead of 10 years. There are many government tenders which are only open to SSI. They get easy access to credit. Once registered, the cost of acquiring a patent or the cost of setting up the industry reduces as many rebates and concessions are available. Business registered as SSI are given higher preference for government license and certificates. So among other than this, we're also having some more benefits. Collateral free loan from bank, a hefty 50% subsidy on patent registration, 1% exemption on interest rate on overdraft, eligible for industrial promotion subsidy, protection against delayed payments, concession in electricity bills. And so this Indian government has provided many benefits for small scale units and also medium scale units. In order to be eligible to get these benefits, any entity should register itself as MSME, that is micro, medium scale and micro enterprises or SSI enterprise under MSMED Act. So here we are along this we can also have some more. I will tell these topics in detail. First, what is the collateral free loans from bank? Credit Guarantee Fund scheme for micro and small enterprises was launched by GOI to make available collateral-free credit to the micro and small enterprise sector. Both the existing and the new enterprises are eligible to be covered under the scheme. Okay. And second point, a hefty 50% subsidy on patent registration. Enterprises that have MSME registration certificate can avail 50% subsidy for parent registration by making application to respective ministry. And then next one, 1% exemption on interest rate on overdraft. Enterprises that have MSME registration can avail benefit of 1% exemption on interest rate on OD as mentioned in the scheme. And next one, eligible for industrial promotion subsidy. Enterprises that have MSME registration are available for industrial promotion subsidy as may be prescribed by the government in this behalf. Next point, protection against delayed payments. Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises gives protection to MSME registered business against delay in payment from buyers and right of interest on delayed payment through conciliation and arbitration and settlement of dispute be done in minimum time. If any micro or small enterprise that has MSME registration supplies any goods or services, then the buyer is required to make payment on or before the date agreed upon between the buyer and the micro or small enterprise. In case there is no payment date on the agreement, then the buyer is required to make payment within 15 days of acceptance of goods or services. Further, in any case, a payment due to a micro or small enterprise cannot exceed 45 days from the day of acceptance or the day of deemed acceptance. In case of failure by the buyer to make payment on time, the buyer is required to pay compound interest with monthly interest rest to the supplier on that amount from the agreed date of payment of 15 days of acceptance of goods or service. The penal interest chargeable for delayed payment to MSME enterprise is 3 times of the bank rate notified by the Reserve Bank of India. And next point is concession in electricity bills. Enterprises that have MSME registration certificate can avail concession on electricity bill by making application to the electricity department along with the MSME registration certificate. And then reimbursement of ISO certification charges. Enterprises that have MSME registration certificate can claim reimbursement of ISO certification expenses by making application to respective authority. So these are some of the benefits of SSI. Then coming to the advantage of small scale industries. So first one, the following are the merits of small scale industries. First one is we are going to have close supervision. Since here the workers are limited and the people who are going to present in exercise are very few in number, then the supervision is easy. And next one is nature of demand. More employment opportunities. And next one is need of small capital. Hence, it is going to produce less quantity of products. It needs less capital. And then direct relation between the workers and the employer. We are going to have the direct relation between the workers as well as employers. Similarly, we can also have the direct relation between the customers and the producers. And it is easy to manage the industry, small scale industry. And we are going to have the freedom in exercise the work. We are going to have the freedom of work. And similarly, we are going to have the external economies. And there are less possibilities of strikes and lockouts. So other than this, we are going to have some more few points. Potential for large employment, requirement of very less capital, contribution to industrial output, contribution to exports, earning foreign exchange, equitable distribution, use of domestic resources, opportunities for entrepreneurship, cost efficiency, reducing migration, suitable for non-standardized products, flexibility in operation, then quick decisions can be taken, adaptability to change, small market size, customization, low social cost, opportunity for talent, lesser industrial disputes, personal contact with the employees, personal contact with the customers, as well as self-interest. So here, potential for large employment. Here we are going to have the small scale industries have potential to create employment opportunities on a massive scale. They are labor intensive in character. They use more labor than other factors of production. They can be set up in short time and can provide employment opportunities to more number of people. This is important for a labor abundant country like India. Then second one is it requires less capital. Small scale industries require less capital when compared to large scale industries. India is a capital scarce country and therefore small scale industries are more suitable in Indian context. They can be started and run by small entrepreneurs who have limited capital resources. Contribution to industrial output. Products manufactured by small scale industries form a significant portion of industrial output of the country. They produce a number of consumer goods as well as industrial components in large quantities and satisfy the needs of consumers. The consumer goods produced by small scale industries such cheaper can satisfy the requirements of the poorer sections. Contribution to the exports. Okay, then they can earn the foreign exchange, equitable distribution, use of domestic resources, and next one, cost efficiency. Small scale units can adopt lean production methods which offer better quality and more variety at lower cost. Reducing migration means migration happens when people living in rural areas are not able to find employment and therefore migrate to urban areas seeking employment. Large scale migration puts tremendous pressure on land, water, and other resources in urban areas, leading to poor quality of life. Small scale industries use the skills and talents of rural craftsmen, artisans, etc. They provide gainful employment to those with inherited skills, resulting in their economic upliftment. Thus, exercise helps in reducing the migration. Flexibility in operation. SSIs are more flexible, they can adapt themselves to the change in market requirements very fast and benefit from new opportunities. Quick decisions. Since the enterprise is very small and there is not much hierarchy, quick decisions can be taken. Quick decisions are helpful in solving problems in the initial stages and also to exploit market opportunities. And the next one is adaptability to change. SSIs can understand the changing requirements of the customers and adapt themselves much quickly. They can change their procedures, methods, and techniques faster and cater to new requirements for their customers. So it can have less possibilities of strikes and lockdowns because in large scale enterprises, workers are more organized, and in many large scale enterprises, there are strong trade unions. The trade union fights for the workers' rights. It is the sorry, if the management fails to accept the demands of the trade unions, uh, they go here. The management goes slow tactics and strike and they will start the strike. But in small scale enterprises, workers are not well organized and union activity is less. So there is a very less possibility of industrial dispute to occur. And then personal contact with the employees. Businesses engaged in small scale production have less number of employees. It's easy to maintain personal contact with employees. Grievances and problems would be known immediately and solved. Therefore, there is a very little possibility of any industrial dispute. And similarly, you are also going to have one more point, that is personal contact with the customers. The number of customers is limited and the small scale entrepreneur would be directly involved in the business. Personal contact can be maintained with customers. Their needs and requirements can be understood and satisfied. This results in satisfied customers leading to stable demand. At last, self-interest. Small business is generally run by the sole proprietor of the business. He earns all and risks all. Self-interest interest acts as a strong motivator. Therefore, he would put in his best efforts to make the business a success. So these are the some of the advantages, benefits, need for exercise, scope of exercise, and objectives of exercise. So in the coming session, we'll discuss what are the steps to start an exercise. What are the steps we have to take to start an exercise? How to start an exercise? What are the important steps involved in the exercise? And next, startup. Once you go through this slide, advantages: low supervision, nature of demand, more employment, need for small capital, direct relation between workers and employees, and also direct relation between customers and the producers, easy management, freedom of work, external economies, and less possibilities of strike and lockouts. So, thank you, and with this, I am going to stop my session.